Ahum to you and yours. I'm so glad you're here. This is another part of this video series for light body activations and just basically learning about your light body. And for some of you, this is the very first time you ever hear of something like this. Some of you already know, you've had questions. How do you get a light body? I've been going little by little, slowly trying for you to get in. This is a series of videos that you will be seeing uh, constantly running in our group and elsewhere as well. So, first of all, happy first day of fall. I'm so glad that you have decided to sit down and listen to my rant and my teachings, which are really not mine. This is just information that is passed down, given for us to share. And there's many of us that are doing that now. There's a lot of information to share. And you're going to start seeing that the norm is leaving the ego behind. And this is for every person in this particular, sorry, my birds are, I think they know it's Friday. But it is the norm for now spiritual teachers and guides and facilitators that they're understanding this is not, they don't make these informatorials. Here, there's another word I made. We don't make it up. We actually get it channeled and then we share. And it's important that more and more of us begin to even do that more and become even more conscious that this is happening. Enough. Let's begin. Let's talk about the Merkabah. Let's talk about the spiritual healing that you can receive with the Merkabah. I will do a meditation, but in a separate video so that you don't have to listen to everything and then get into the meditation. So you can always bring up a Merkabah healing meditation whenever it is that you want. A Merkabah is a sacred geometry. Yes, it is, right? It looks like a star. It's very pretty, right? But not only is it used for healing and other modalities, but it also holds a very deep and meaningful meaning. It does have 8 points. Like I explained, even in the first part of the video series, it's Merkabah, which is light, spirit, and body. So Mer is for light, Ka is for spirit, Ba is for body. Okay. The Merkabah, people call it, it's a way of keeping you balanced. It's people call it a vehicle. I call it a little wagon where you go and you sit in it, right? And then you're inside of it while healing is happening in perfect balance. There is a northern and a southern hemisphere, right? Because you have the first tetrahedron, and then you have the second one going up. So you have 8 points because it goes all around, all right? Think of it as a 3-dimensional shape, all right? Not 3D like in linear, but like 3-dimensional. Think geometry, because that's exactly what this is. The Merkabah, for since it was first, since it first emerged, hundreds, maybe thousands of years back. Yeah, it could be that long. It always held mysteries because there's so much that it was able to do, and so much, it had so much versatility. And depending on your level of enlightenment and also intelligence, you were unlocking, I guess. Humanity has been unlocking different parts of what a Merkabah can do. But, the Merkabah does not stop wowing us in so many other newly discovered methods that it can be used. Now, I'm not going to go through them here. That's a much more advanced class. In Hebrew, the Merkabah, the word Merkabah or Merkabah, is closely related to the Hebrew Bible. It is a text, and I know because I have a cousin named Ezekiel, so it was easy for me to remember. Ezekiel 1.4 through 26. While the word itself is not explicit, the word that is talked about there is like a chariot. I call it a wagon, right? Because 2022, who's going to drive a chariot? Please correct me if I'm wrong. Please tell me if somebody still rides a chariot, because then I'll change this to say that a Merkabah appears to be a chariot, right? At that time, they had chariots. We got wagons now. So I'm using wagons. But it's the way that they spell it, not Merkabah. They spell it Merkavah, Merkavah, right? That usually, based on everything you've read, relates to the chariot of the throne of God, but according to Ezekiel, right? So whatever he interpreted, that's what he called it. But we got wagons in 2022. But really, I'm waiting to hear who still uses a chariot in 2022. And if you know, let me know and send me a picture. Of course, we're not going to envision at this point that it is a chariot. I think it's more like a vehicle, more of a way, right? A path. But if you put together what angels are supposed to do, right? And you look at God's throne and you look at how it was explained in Ezekiel and other places in the Bible, you're going to understand with your level of understanding that perhaps it does mean that it is referring to how God and his archangels, right, are seen in this world, or actually were presented to this world, right? Now, the word Merkabah is actually, it is believed that it's Egyptian, broken in those three parts, Merkabah, and its connotation is both religious and spiritual. But the Kadisic, the Kadisic Jewish people believe that the Merkabah is still a symbol of your inner desire and your divine guiding desire to become a better person. And can that happen? Yes, it can. You have Merkabah meditations that help you inside and out. You have, sorry, I'm looking at my little doggy. You have, we can use the Merkabah for healing, not only the physical body, but the emotional, the mental. We can heal, we can use the Merkabah to heal relationships. We can heal circumstances. So yeah, because if we understand that we have to heal a circumstance, won't that make us a better person? Especially when we know that we can heal a circumstance to a point that it can bring harmony. Absolutely. Let me bring my mic again. I'm not used to using a mic. Not in this instance. Oh, but here we go. You can hear me now. So it's and there's something about the flow of energy that goes around and from inside out of the Merkabah. And when you look at the Merkabah, you kind of feel that there is balance. And when that Merkabah sits over you and you find yourself in that center, wherever point it is that you look at, you understand that you're in a perfectly centered place, which brings balance, truth, right? Now, nonetheless, it's still considered sacred geometry, right? Strong roots in Judaism and strong roots going back even to the Torah, but it is connected to sacred geometry. It looks like a three-dimensional Star of David. That's what it looks like. If you get a Star of David and you boom, 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 open it up in a three-dimensional view, like, you know, when you use one of those computer programs, then it looks like a three-dimensional Star of David, right? And each point is perfectly balanced. Each point is perfectly balanced because it's got tetrahedrons, right? And we see that when that's one of the reasons why I'm so thankful that our kids get to at least take a geometry class. What does the Merkabah do? Well, it brings together infinite possibilities and choices and desires, but they all have a theme of balance and stability, which then brings truth and honesty, right? And all those beautiful, beautiful things. Now, I'm not going to go through so much about the tetrahedrons, but the top tetrahedron is said to represent the masculine force, yet the lower tetrahedron is said to represent the feminine. Has nothing to do with hierarchy. It doesn't have anything to do. So here's where you take your ego out of the way. It has nothing to do that man is over female. If you notice, the female is the anchor. So take your mind off that egocentric part of, oh, there goes man above woman again. It has nothing to do with that. Okay? What does it represent? Heaven and earth. In every faith, every spiritual understanding. Down here is where we have Pachamama. Pachamama is Mother Earth, Mother Earth. And we have Father Inti, right? Or Father Sun, Father Moon, or even Mother Moon, depending the Father Moon, Father Sun. So really it is nothing to do with being male and female. It's the energy. And that I feel is a correct, for now, a correct explanation of what these two tetrahedrons are all about, right? Now, when the forces come in and work, they bring not only balance, but harmony. When you get that symbology, now you understand the balance for you would be working with the masculine energy and the feminine energy. Because whether you like it or not, there had to be a man and a woman to make a child, to make a creation. You take that where you need to take it to. I'm not adding anything to that. It also represents light and dark. We can apply it to the physical and the spiritual realm. We can actually look at the Merkabah and bring it and envision it inside our home when there is a need for harmony, and put the whole family in there, right? The whole entire house can go in there with your meditation and your prayers, and here we go. That balance creates the vehicle of light that can carry not only your body, but your spiritual consciousness and subconsciousness, and anything that you have wanted to get back into harmony. How wonderful is that, that we have something like this that not everybody uses, but because they haven't really been taught. Now, the Merkabah is an incredible protection tool. If you can get yourself a little Merkabah and put it on, wear it as jewelry, do it. Do it, because the Merkabah does bring balance to spirit and the flow of chi in your presence. Okay, very important. So if you can, find yourself a little Merkabah. If you can't find it, let me know. I can get them for you. I'll put it in my shop, and I'll get it to you. Now, one of the things that the Merkabah is used for is to open your pineal gland. Breath work helps with pineal gland activation or opening, right? Everybody wants their pineal gland to be open. Everybody. It's like a feeding frenzy at this point. Now, this gland is right here in the center of your forehead, and it's known also as your third eye. But please do not be mistaken, because it only emerged after we stopped using the thymus gland. The thymus gland is believed, and I believe it, was the original third eye. But because of evolution, because we stopped using it, because of many other things, in our evolution, things change during evolution, right? Because change is love, isn't it? So when we have change, we need to accept it and work with it, and enjoy the possibilities and the opportunities that they bring. So at this point, when the Merkabah is used together with chi breathing techniques or prana breathing techniques, it allows your chi to flow into your pineal gland. All right. Then the gland gets activated. When it gets activated, if it doesn't get activated on its own, then you need what? You need a person that can assist you with it. Then it opens up. If the gland opens up on its own, then it gets activated. And what can we do? Well, once it's in its full potential, we can access higher realms. We can better use our gift of visualization. Our spiritual awareness is off the charts. Does it happen like this? No. It is open, and now you have to learn how to use it. This is where you get a teacher. This is where you get a shaman. This is where you get someone that knows, a facilitator, a spiritual facilitator, because you want to do it right. Why would you cut corners? Why would you do that to yourself? That's not being honest to yourself. That's shortchanging you. And that is a habit that needs to be removed. And you're going to look for many teachers until you find the one that is yours, the one that originally had a conversation with you before you got here, and you met, and you said, you're going to find me and look for me. And when you find me, you'll know. And that's the way it is with everybody. Now, another good thing about the Merkabah and what it brings as far as balance. When it comes to the brain, right? The use of this star and the balance that it brings for brain function is what it does is it restores and ignites or turns on activities on both sides of our brain. Now, when it lights up both sides of the brain, what can we do? We have better focus. We have better understanding. We are able to see with more clarity. There's nothing going in the way or getting in the way, is there? No, because then here come our neurons, and now they're making, and the neuropeptides making new connections with this Merkabah, with this understanding. And that's why I always say, try to carry one. I used to carry mine, and I do have it somewhere. But when I started in the shamanism, oh, I know where it is. I'm going to start wearing it again. I'm actually going to make it a bracelet. But it gives you so much spiritual growth, and spiritual growth leads you to emotional growth, mental growth, and growth in your physical body, not only as a physical body, but growth in your overall human experience. And who wouldn't want that? I know I would. The Merkabah is also connected to spirit and his or her energy. And it allows you to clock in with your soul intention. When you use a Merkabah in your rituals, you have the chance, you have the choice, actually. It's not even the chance. You have the choice to create the reality that you want. But I want you to understand that the Merkabah doesn't do this on its own. It opens your connection with source, and it opens your possibilities or even probabilities to create any reality you wish. But you need to then go back. And this is why I always say that we have to connect the dots, then put them together and make something happen. Because the Merkabah is not just going to do this. It's going to give you the opportunity. It's going to enhance the opportunity. But then this is why you need someone to help you with this, because then you have to bring in what you've learned about your light body. So they work hand in hand. That's why I'm talking about the Merkabah and all the things that the Merkabah will do, because the Merkabah, in essence, when you are having that beautiful healing like we had yesterday, in yesterday's video, we did go into that reality. Oh, it was very real. It also opens up your heart. It gives you this mystical, it's because it's not fantasy, because it's very real, but a mystical feel. It's like a slow motion of unconditional love, right? And because it is a sacred geometry, and because it does what it does, mainly to bring balance and harmony, what happens is your Kundalini rises to meet it, and it joins that energy together. So as you are, you understand why I keep saying to get to somebody that knows this, because you start feeling that Kundalini rising, you're going to be like, well, hold on a moment, because this is from somewhere else. No, it's not. It's all spiritual. It's just there are different places in the world that they got a piece. It's when we unite and coexist that we bring all these faiths together, that we make and we bring heaven to earth in all its glory. And when I say heaven, I'm talking about knowledge and opportunities, right? So yes, it's going to open up your heart chakra. When your Kundalini feels, your heart chakra feels this beautiful harmony, who wouldn't want to rise and meet with your heart chakra and be part of this beautiful union? Because that's exactly what happens. The Merkabah, everybody knows the Merkabah, I don't have to tell you, raises your vibrations, right? It cleanses your chakras. Oh, yes, it does. And with when you add the Merkabah into your meditation, you add the breath, you invite Kundalini to rise. I mean, it has all the components for you to expand your awareness. It has all the components to cleanse your chakras, to actually encourage all the intuitive elements of your brain. It actually brings you back to your original ability to get back in touch with who you really are, right? As far as visualization is concerned, you can actually put a swirling Merkabah on your computer. I'm wondering if I have one that I can quickly show you. There are GIFs from Tenor that you can, here you go. Maybe I can share my screen really quickly. Here you go. So I want you to notice, and I can't make it any bigger. This is just a GIF. You can go into GIFs and you can find a Merkabah, one that has the body inside, because what you want is the symbolism, okay, of what the Merkabah can do. So here we are in a moment of, okay, well, now I know what this looks like. You can see the tetrahedrons. If it would stop, you would be able to count them. And you can see that there is a body inside with arms extended, okay, receiving energy, right? If you're not invoking anything and you just want to sit inside a Merkabah, you can certainly do so. And what it will do automatically is just cleanse things for you. It is when you ask that you will receive, right? So you can use a visual stimulus to help you with your visualization. Of course, you want to do this in a quiet spot, right? That you're comfortable in. Just taking deep breaths while you watch this beauty, right? And visualizing the star. You um, can certainly do that for a good 10, 15, 20 minutes, whatever time you have, right? But I want you to visualize that this person is you. So I want you to see yourself in that swirling picture, right? And I want you to see how there are areas on the top that point to different places in heaven, and there are points on the bottom that do point downward, right? You can tap your thymus gland while you watch this. What is going to happen is you're going to feel an onset of joy, energy, and power. Okay? When you feel that, you can bet your butt that you have awakened your Merkabah. And because you have visualized yourself as that person in the middle, you can bet that butt that those vibrations from that Merkabah will begin to flow through you. Because what you're doing is your visualization techniques will allow the energies around you to create those opportunities for you to have them truly, really vibrate through you. Now, some people say, oh, sometimes it feels like it's so overwhelming and I have to move back because, listen, it's called fear. It's just called fear. If it feels overwhelming, take deep breaths, close your eyes. You take deep breaths until you relax again. Don't worry. The next time it will last longer. That's very important for you to understand that this all takes time. You're not an expert. Nobody is. Okay? All right. So I want to teach you today how to call in on the Merkabah's cosmic energy. And it has to do with several steps that I use. I learned this a long time ago. You are going to intuitively make the changes that you need to, right? So these are all different breaths that you're going to be doing. There are exactly 17 breaths. Then I'll talk about other ways of doing this, but the breath technique, I really, really like a lot. Now, again,
I'm telling you right now, you are going to make changes. Okay. But this point right now, and then at the end, I want you to go back and I want you to try it. But right now, just get your pen and pencil ready and paper and write these down. There's the first breath where you turn your palms. Now, some people do this. I like to go up and turn my palms, open my palms up to the heavens. I don't do this. I do this because I want chi energy to go through. This way, people tend to lock their chi energy. This needs to be soft. So if you can remember to do this up in the heavens, or this energy is going to come around. Okay? So I do this, turn the palms up to the heavens, touch your thumb, and then the first finger gently, gently. Inhale as hard as you can. And then envision cleansing white light, sparkling and turning on all around you, okay? So it's all this beautiful white light, you have just turned on a cleansing white light. It's natural to do this. This white light now is all around you because you've envisioned it and you've called it. You can call it. Enter cleansing white light from the divine. Then you're going to have, because you have to do it this way, okay? You do it this way, you do it this way. Enter cleansing white light from the divine. You're going to breathe in really, really deep. But this second breath, you're going to breathe out through your nose. And at the same time that you're breathing out, you're going to go down to the root chakra. And I want you to turn on and visualize red light. Second breath, you're going to keep your palms up, but now it's the second finger and the thumb touching. I want you to do it soft. You don't have to do this. It's nice and soft. Look up. Take a deep breath in. Imagine orange light that is on your chakra, sacral chakra, and then exhale. You already turned on the white light. You don't have to turn on the white light again. The third breath, and you can do this sitting down, by the way. You don't have to stand up. Okay? I'd rather do it standing up. Palm up, and now your third finger. 1, 2, 3. One, two, three. This finger. Okay? Nice and soft. Let it be soft. And now visualize the color yellow. Visualize, I'm seeing yellow. And then turn it on in your solar plexus. Your fourth breath, fourth finger, and the thumb together. Because the thumb is the first finger, right? Fourth finger. Witness the color green. Feel your heart space at this point. Open. You may want, I like when I'm working with the fourth breath, I like to open myself up. Okay? And feel that heart space just rip open. Okay? And then your heart chakra is going to just flow into everything. Exhale through your nose. The fifth breath, we're going to put the thumb again and the first finger together, right? And here we're going to bring in a blue light, right? Where is that going to go? That's going to go into your throat chakra. So when you exhale, this is when that blue light comes in. Because you have let go of air that was in there, right? You've made space. Now here comes that light. A lot of people will do like for the fourth, well, for every one of them, I've seen people do like for the throat chakra, when they get that back on and they see that that blue light is in, they do move. It's like a dance and push it in. Same thing with your heart chakra. Okay, it just looks very pretty. That's all it is. The sixth breath is the one that's going to go where? Here in your third eye, right? So we're going to put the thumb and the second finger together. This is the second finger, nice and soft, looking up. And now envision the color violet right in front of you. It could be a sphere. It could be a rain. Okay. It could just be the whole room turns that color, and then it gathers and boom, in it goes as you exhale. The ninth breath is going to be the heart. No, because the ninth breath, no, because if we want to do the third eye, then that would be the seventh breath, the one that we would be doing next. So if we have the seventh breath, we have the thumb, move your thumb and press against your third finger. 1, 2, 3, right? Press against it. Okay. And open up the color violet. I like to make a sphere. And then bring it to your crown chakra. And then from here, this is what I want you to do. I want you to bring that energy to your crown chakra, right? From here, let it go. Because when your crown chakra brings in that violet light inside of it, it can't hold it. So your hands themselves are going to want to do this. And you can exhale. Then we're going into our eighth. Here comes our eighth breath. You're going to visualize a chi ball. And you want to look at it as it goes inside of you and it moves through your spine. Again, you're looking at you're doing this while you're visualizing that moving Merkabah. And this on that particular eighth breath is where we're actually taking prana or chi, and it's inside our bodies. We bring it inside our bodies and it starts traveling up and down your spine. You're going to inhale that prana, but what is going to happen? What is really happening at the eighth breath is that prana light is going to get to your navel, right? This is this little light. It's going up and down until it meets your navel. When it meets your navel, okay, all of a sudden it grows into this beautiful, huge sphere of light. And that's when you exhale. You don't feel heavy. You feel very, very light. On the ninth breath, as you're bringing in that prana sphere, right? You're going to inhale. You're going to place your longest finger at the center of your body below the navel. This finger, that's your well, for me, that's my longest finger. But some people have this as the longest finger, or this is the longest finger. For me, it's this long finger. I'm going to inhale that sphere from out here. And I'm going to place that finger on top, in front of the center of my body, below the navel. So there's like a line here in the middle, right there, right? And here, from here, we're already touching our heart chakra. Our heart chakra will expand with so much love that it feels like it's about to burst, but it doesn't. And the sphere will grow larger and larger, the one that you have that's already started to grow in your sacral chakra. Now, the 10th breath is when you inhale and you visualize that beautiful sphere, right? That continues to grow. And then as you exhale, you're going to release a little air through your lips, but very thinly. So we're going to inhale with our nose. But here we're going to do not like I do. We're going to do a very, very soft, a very small opening. It is with that control of that breath going out that you're going to see a golden light surround you. And it's actually going to flow from your fingers as you release any air. Okay? Then give it time, because this is now a golden light that is now covering the white light. It is part of the white light, but it is adding, it's like an addition to the white light. And we all know where golden light comes from. Now we're going to the 11th breath. This is where we now relax, put our hands down, and we relax. We watch our breathing, focus on the breathing. We already have prana moving all over the place. It's a growing sphere of white. We have this golden component that is now added. Now we relax. And then we feel how our heart continues to open, because what it is receiving is love. But as your heart is opening, your chi or your prana moves up and it flows in and out of your heart. You're totally relaxed. And now I want you to work on your 12th breath, which is actually focusing on feeling this unconditional love in the center of your prana sphere. So we're moving from the heart chakra into the center of your prana sphere. How big at this point do you think your prana sphere has grown? Well, there's where you're going to measure the center. And that's where this heart chakra will deliver that love that you're feeling into that sphere itself. The 13th breath is when you inhale and you actually feel anything negative that is creating anything move outside your prana sphere, outside of that light. Then you're going to exhale and let that light fill in the space that you made by moving negativity out of the way. So on the 13th breath, you're going to inhale, grab every negative thing moving around you because it can't stand the light. Move outside of the light. It's moving out to your aura, out to your luminous energy field for it to be removed. Then the holes that you made by removing those negatives gets filled in with that light from your prana sphere. You made space. You added more light where there needed to be more light. We're almost done because this, I know it's long. 14th breath, you're going to put your palms together in gasho. Okay? Inhale. And every time you inhale and exhale, when you inhale, you feel the light moving up to around your chakras and finally nestle into your 4th chakra. So notice that your prana sphere is growing from down up. And every time you do these breaths, every time you move things away, every time you get to grow that prana energy. Now it's up to your 4th chakra, your heart chakra. Breathe from your heart chakra. What does that mean? It means center your awareness into your heart chakra. And when you breathe, feel the air come in through your heart chakra. Feel your prana energy flow in and out of your 4th chakra. But this is the prana light that you've been growing. Okay? 15th breath, and then 2 more to go after that. I want you to now use your brain power. Or open your eyes and envision your Merkabah and how it rotates and how you're in. This is the only thing you do in the 15th breath. Find yourself a Merkabah or make your Merkabah in your mind. This is mind over matter. You are looking, you are creating a rotating light of Merkabah. And you inhale and exhale. Just enjoy the rotation. You can do it open-eyed, you can just look at something, or you can have one in your mind, in your brain, right? Now, the 16th breath, you're still looking at the Merkabah in your mind or visually as it spins at an equal speed because everything is balanced. And you are going to inhale, view that spinning, and exhale and blow with force. And I mean exhale everything you've got deep inside your gut. You're going to inhale again. Now, there is a difference between blowing hard and a fukui. A fukui is when a shaman is doing a cleansing. They breathe in negativity and throw it out onto the earth in a specific place where they're going to then fire it up or do a ritual to remove it from Pachamama and have it transmute either by Pachamama or the energies. But you have to let it go somewhere, right? But that is with a fukui. It's different than on the 16th breath. On the 16th breath, in a Merkabah setting, you're breathing in, and then you exhale and blow with force. Okay? You're not blowing anything anywhere. You're just fortifying your body, bringing in energy, energizing your body at this point for all this that you've done. Okay. So this is not a fukui. All right. Your last breath, which is your 17th breath, you're going to watch your Merkabah spin. Now, a lot of people say, well, watch it spin at the speed of light. Well, what is the speed of light? Can we actually see something go the speed of light? So it's going really fast. As fast as you can muster, right? And what you want to do is you need to let this particular breathing, and at this point, you should actually be feeling a little shaky inside, excited, a little wobbly. That's why a lot of people do it sitting down, and you can certainly do it sitting down. A lot of people sit in a triangle, copper triangle, or little pyramid that they've made. And you can do a pyramid on the floor. You can sit right in the middle of it. You can draw with anything. You can draw a Merkabah on the floor. You can definitely do that and sit in the center. Whatever floats your boat, it is what it is. It doesn't matter. It's mind over matter, right? So on the 17th breath, you're going to envision your Merkabah going super, super fast. And then what you're going to do is you're going to let this particular breath take you anywhere you want to be. You want to visit Syria? Go visit Syria. You want to visit your chakras? You can visit your chakras. You want to visit your past and do a little healing there? Yeah, you can. Okay? It's really important for you guys to understand this. Now that you've written it down, now go back and do it and see how you feel. I'm totally freaking invigorated, and all I did was show you how to do it. I really did not get myself into it, and I'm totally invigorated. I did not have coffee today, and I was like, "Ugh." And I did this, and I'm like, okay, you know what? I'm ready. You can use Merkabahs when you do Reiki, not only for yourself, but for your client, for the whole entire room. You can use the Merkabah in your home for harmony and peace and constant cleansing. You can. If you're doing crystal Reiki or crystal healing, you can definitely have a Merkabah and sit it right on I like to sit it right on the crown chakra, a little closer to the 8th chakra, but less, so that that energy goes in. It's really interesting, the things that you're able to learn and the things that you're able to use. And they've been with us forever. We keep hearing that we're going back to ancient times. We're going back to ancient times because they were a lot more evolved than we ever thought they were. And that's why we're doing it. So I want to thank you for joining me today, for being part of this series, for wanting to understand a little more about yourself and the wonderful opportunities that you are, not that you have. You are an amazing opportunity to make so many changes, to help yourself and help others in your quest of finding your best self and being your best self. There's a journey, and the journey is quite interesting, quite lovely, quite filled with so much love and so much intensity. And if we choose love over anything else, we find that we are already in a dimension where we are so much more advanced in so many ways. Choose love always. Thank you for joining me. I hope this Merkabah explanation is going to help you now with the rest of the light body series. Have a great day.